It's known as London by the Sea, and it's the UK's healthiest city. Residents have the lowest heart rates and cholesterol levels. 8 million tourists come here every year, and they spend more than £400 million. There are more eating places here per head of population than any city outside London. And it has 2 world-famous piers. All in all, it's a highly desirable destination. But for many people here, the fun has gone out of life in Brighton.
To come very close to suicide. I packed my bags and I'd gone off with the pills and left the note and all that rubbish. It wasn't at the time, but it is now. It's very stupid. And I'm saying that with hindsight because the help that I got from everyone here was absolutely superb. It just, I couldn't stop saying thank you.
Angela was in crisis over debt. She's one of the hundreds of people who've been helped by St Luke's Advice Service.
It's such a scary, frightening thing to get into. It's easy to go and just keep spending and think, okay, I can do that, I can pay that, I can pay that. All of a sudden, you can't. And there is no way out. No way out. Apart from the way that a lot of people have gone, and that is say bye-bye.
St Luke's Advice Service operates out of tiny, scruffy offices at the back of St Luke's Church in Brighton. What's lacking in facilities, though, is made up for by the commitment of the 18 volunteers who keep the service working. Every client gets individual advice and help on a one-to-one basis. Many of them have exhausted their ability to cope.
Is it a big challenge for them? Yes, absolutely. It's a big challenge for them to come here. We've actually had one client say it's taken me 3 months to pick up the phone to ring you. And that's when they knew about us. So for a lot of our clients, they have got themselves into such a pickle. And a lot of them are ill. In fact, along with most of our clients actually being on welfare benefit of one sort or another, most of our clients are actually ill in one way or another. And a lot of them are ill men with mental health problems, and depression is extremely prevalent. And for those clients, particularly with the debt work, they just get to the stage where they just want to bury themselves and just can't cope with anything at all.
Mamie is St Luke's in-house solicitor. Her specialist advice is given at no charge to St Luke's clients.
Do we make a difference in people's lives? Yes, we do. St Luke's Advice Service may be small, but we're effective.
Sarah became a volunteer here for a short time as part of her university degree course. But because of the difference she's able to make in people's lives, she's staying on.
You become not attached to your clients, but you end up actually caring what happens at the end of the process. So rather than just sort of seeing somebody as being a client or a case, they become somebody you actually want to see get to the end of their problem, all sorted out, and hope that they don't end up coming back in a year's time or 2 years' time having experienced some other disaster in their life.
Wendy and Dave are St Luke's clients who suddenly found themselves in a situation most families dread. Normal family life was shattered by unexpected and very serious illness.
Wendy had a major stroke in February. So I was left sort of trying to keep things together. When Wendy was ill in hospital, I didn't know the outcome because it was life-threatening. It was a new role, going from working with my own business as a builder, getting reasonably successful, to suddenly at home with the family and a very, very ill wife. So extremely vulnerable and quite lost, to be perfectly honest. Things slowly got worse here. We got a repossession order for the house because we couldn't keep up mortgage payments, and St Luke's got more and more involved.
I think we could easily have ended up in a bed breakfast somewhere, which would have been horrific. That was our only alternative that we were given from outside help, outside of St Luke's.
Without the professional help, it's an absolute minefield for anyone with disabilities. Or in my case, losing my job as well because of the situation with Wendy's illness. It's a complete minefield, and you've got to get professional help to see your way through it. And of course, solicitors cost money, and we didn't have any. It was that simple.